Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Chess Tactics in Middle Game. Last time we looked at pawn advance. This time we will look into how to handle things when when going gets tough, right? And so basically the situation is that it's not often that you will always be able to win games. Sometimes you might end up in a positional disadvantage where winning might become very challenging. So in such cases, getting even a half point seems to be a very good result. So as you can see, so getting a half point also at times might be challenging. For that, we need to know techniques to be able to draw the game. So there are three types of way that you can force for a draw. First one is stalemate. Stalemate is a situation where most of the pieces on the board are kind of exchanged. Very few pieces are left. It's more towards like an end game actually. Whereas in the case of perpetual check, you will be in a position where the position kind of keeps repeating with the help of a check. In case of pursuit, there will be quite often there won't be much of checks in that, but definitely the position keeps repeating. Now the main point in this whole thing is that especially for perpetual check and pursuit is that in chess there is a rule that if you are able to prove that the same position has occurred 3 times on board, right, then you can claim for a draw. On the third time when the position gets repeated, you need to show it to the arbiter and then get a draw. So this is the kind of situation in this is how you will be trying to get a draw. And coming to stalemate, we actually had done a video earlier. You can check the video in the link. So basically in a stalemate, the situation is like it is kind of similar to checkmate, but the main fact is that the king, the opponent's king, is actually not under a check during a stalemate. So as a result of that, there will be a draw. Okay, as you can see in the table below regarding stalemate, your black, your opponent is not having any valid moves, and also his king is not under check. Whereas in case of a checkmate, both his king is also under check and also he has no other valid move. Okay, now we'll try to quickly look into stalemate situations because we've already done this video, right? So this is the situation. Now here black needs to come up with a quick defense, because this position seems to be very difficult for black to defend, because like black king is completely exposed and also he's a pawn down in this situation, and the bishop on e5 seems to be very strong in this position. So that's the reason why even getting a draw for black would be a very good result in this position. So now why don't you pause the video and come up with the right move for this one. Okay, try to come up with a combination which will give you a half point. Okay, so if you have found the right move, queen c6 check, then that's really good. If not, don't worry, keep practicing, you'll definitely be able to find the right moves. So in this position, you are playing queen c6 check. It's in a way it kind of forces the king to move from e4 to f5, right? So that's the only valid move here. And then once you force his king to move to f5, then you will be playing the knight g7 check. Now because of this, you are kind of attacking both the queen and the king, so the white bishop has to capture the knight, or else you will end up with 1 full point. I mean, that's a very good result actually. So bishop into g7 here, and then in this position you will be coming up with the right move called queen g6 check. Now because of this, you can capture with either of the pieces, queen or the king. For example, this position, if you capture with the queen, then you can see you cannot go to either of these squares, and also the black king is not under check. Okay, so it's a draw as per the table that we've seen, right? If had we captured with the king, even then the situation would have been the same. Once again, the same situation. These squares are like completely under check, cannot move to these squares, right? And this square is also not under check, so it's a draw, and you don't have any other values, right? So this is how you need to carry out a stalemate. Try to lure your opponent in such a way that you will be able to your opponent will be actually be able to attack all the other valid moves, and he's not able to kind of put a check to your black king, right? I hope you liked the video. Keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.